We are talking about something that has, been around for a bit, since at least November of last year. And it's PS5 or Xbox Series, which I currently have an Xbox Series S. As you guys know, I also got my hands on PS5 about, I don't know, a month ago, maybe, a few weeks, give or take. And I wanted to kind of go live with this and discuss it a little bit. I know this may be, you know, sort of a crazy discussion for live, but it's middle of the day. It's a bit of a chill stream, so I figured we'd talk about it a little bit. So going into the PlayStation 5, right? Going through this whole discussion, we're going to be here for probably about half an hour, maybe overall, and then I got some other stuff I need to work on. Um, Basically, PlayStation right now for me has been dominating. I mean, it's been taking up most of my time. I mean, I find myself very drawn to the system, but I'm also a PlayStation fanboy. So, I don't know. The crazy thing is that the Xbox Series S actually has a lot going for it as well. And I'll go into that here in just a bit too. So, hey, Watchtower. How you doing, dude? Hold on a minute, y'all. The mic's going to shake. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a weak desk. Hold on. Let me get chat going. Get alerts going. Whoa, whoa. We don't need that. What did I just do? Yeah, we don't need that. That was from an old thumbnail. Gaming. Hey, how you doing, Char? CG. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so I mean it's basically what we're going to discuss this gamer log is what's going on with the systems. What do I prefer? What have we been using? So on and so forth. So PS5 has been dominating. I just listened to an orchestra version of a 66 Batman theme. Dude, that sounds pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, so PlayStation 5 has been dominating for me. It has been mainly just because of the games. Notably, very notably, obviously Resident Evil Village. We just completed that last week, and it was phenomenal on PS5. I didn't really have a whole lot of trouble with the controls like I thought I would, but I did. I had been practicing with Overwatch for first-person shooter on console, and it went fantastic. I mean, it went great. Um, and I, as you guys saw, I loved every second of it. It scared the crap out of me, and it was a beautiful game, especially with the ray tracing. Um, I wish I had a more up-to-date video card for my PC. Ray tracing would be optional for me, but it is not. Because I would love to play the Tomb Raider series. Now, what I'm hoping is that at some point they actually do re-release the Tomb Raider series for PS5, and that way you get to experience ray tracing, updated graphics, all kinds of stuff. So, we'll see. But there's that. Another part of it that I've been really enjoying, and that you guys I've been posting videos about, mainly gameplay. I haven't really streamed it at all. Is Destruction All Stars. Destruction All Stars is crazy fun for me. And it's a beautiful game too. I'm a big Hana main on it, and I love it. I love every second of it. It's crazy. I've played online. I've played versus the PC. I've been playing versus the PC just to practice the mechanics of the game, and that's most of the gameplay you guys have been seeing. But it's such an awesome game. It takes advantage of what the PS4 can do, and it's great. It reminds me of Twisted Metal, but honestly, in a lot more fun way. I never really got into Twisted Metal a whole lot. There's only been 3 car games I've ever gotten into throughout my history in gaming. That's Rogue Trip 2020, which was an old PlayStation game, or 2022 or something like that. And it's same principle. You're in vehicles going around destroying each other. The other one was Burnout 3 Takedown. I loved Burnout 3, and the Burnout series is fantastic, but Takedown was always a great one. It was always one of my best games. And Destruction All Stars. I love this because you can actually get out of the vehicle and run around and interact doing that. You can crash people, you can take over their car. It's just phenomenal, and it's got beautiful characters. Um, and it's just such a great game. So that's the gameplay you guys have been seeing. So there's that. I mean, that's just a quick breakdown of the games I've really been enjoying on PS5. As you guys know, I didn't entirely enjoy Returnal, unfortunately. But we've got other PS5 games coming up, including Ratchet and Clank and Final Fantasy Intergrade, which I'm really excited about. I love my PC, but I know my partner is going to get a PS5 this time. He has an Xbox One, so is switching. I just went back in my comp and found the new channel on YouTube. Has been playing all day. I know, and that's why I'm doing this project, so that it's always going and people can always tune in and chill with it. That's part of the draw, I believe. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's the 24/7 project we've been working on, and Char is a part of that. So if you guys want to see some of her content, you can tune into that channel. She's also in chat, so you can check out her channel there as well. So just click on the link and you go from there. So, what about Xbox compared to games? What have I been playing on Xbox? Recently, I've been playing the Tony Hawk series. I know I haven't streamed it. I apologize. I know there's some folks that have been wanting to see Tony Hawk. I actually do have it. Right here, actually. It's something I've been killing in my downtime. That and Destruction All-Stars. But aside from that, I've also been playing, what else have I been playing? See, here's the thing, like, ever since I got my PS5, I've been more drawn to the PS5 than the Xbox. I was playing the Devil May Cry, Special Edition there for a bit, but, I really haven't picked it up again. I'm probably going to do a gameplay series on it. I can't guarantee a stream. I don't know, but again, like, I've been so drawn to the PS5, but Xbox, I guess I could include some games I've downloaded. What games have I downloaded to the Series S? Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, because I already had it, so it was able to update it. What else did I download? No Man's Sky on Xbox, on Series S. Obviously Tony Hawk. Although, see that, I just realized that Tony Hawk's for Xbox One, so that's not for Series S. So, yeah, so that's for Xbox One. I don't know. I mean, I have an Xbox One as well, so I guess we can kind of count that in here. But I don't know. Like, games-wise, I've been more drawn to the PlayStation. Now, let's break down the controllers. What controller is preferred in my case? To be honest, I love the haptic feedback on the DualSense 5. It's a great controller, especially for PC. But I gotta give props to the Xbox controller, the Series S controller on this one, because it has a really awesome feel to it. I know it's a standard Xbox One controller. They just added some like different kind of plastic, and it's kind of coarser. But I don't know, the surface of the R buttons and the palm on the back, it just, I don't know, man, it's crazy. It feels, because like the Xbox One was a lot smoother, but this one actually has some grip to it, and it's fantastic. It's really, really cool. Now, in case you haven't seen this, there's really no difference between the two, design-wise. This is Xbox One, this is Xbox Series S. So, I mean, as you can see, they're kind of the same, but it's really the feel of the controller, because this one, this one, the Xbox Series S, has kind of like a bumpy texture, and it just feels great in the hand. It's also got an extra button right there, so it just feels better in the hand. So controllers wise, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on that one. When it comes to comfort, I got to go for the Xbox controller. When it comes to, playability and like response, I got to go with the DualSense 5, because the DualSense 5 is a lot more advanced. In fact, it almost cuts the cost as much as a game. Yeah, so there's that. If I remember right, I think that extra button is for sharing. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, that's controllers. We've gone over games. Graphics, I can't really speak to graphics a whole lot because PS5 is going to win with what I have because Xbox Series S is actually less powerful than the PS5. Now, if I had an Xbox Series X, then I think I could attest to something. But so it's going to be PS5 hands down for me from my experience with the consoles. Um, yeah, basically. So there's that. Now, load times, they're about equal. I think PS5 is going to load a little bit faster because of the SSD. A Series S has SSD as well, but it seems like the PS5 is a lot more responsive. So load times, yeah, PS5 wins hands down in my opinion. What else? What else is there to it? Size. I mean, look, size doesn't really matter. It's how you play with it that really matters. Um, but no, I mean, like, you compare the PlayStation 5 to an Xbox Series S. The Series S is like a third of the size. It's almost nearly half the size. I mean, it's just very it's very sleek, very portable. And I don't know. There's really no comparison size wise. Design, the Xbox Series S is very simple. But the PlayStation 5 is awesome looking. I'm probably going to get a skin for it at some point. But for now, it's a standard model. They are currently, as of this stream, talking about redoing it, redesigning it due to demand of supplies to build it. There's a short supply, a very short supply, if not any at all. So in the next year or so, the PS5 may be totally redesigned. I mean, they're probably going to introduce a miniature point anyway, like a PS Lite, so stuff like that. But yeah, design wise, I got to go with the PS5 because the Series S, while it is it takes up a lot less space. The PS5 just stands out. So it's just a really cool wave design. So there's that. Now, another note. Obviously, with the PlayStation 5, since it's a disc version, it's a disc system. I can put PS4 games into it, PS5 games into it, and I'm able to play more games that way because I have more PlayStation games than Xbox games, both digitally and physically. The Xbox Series S does not have a disc drive, so I can't do that, which kind of sucks, but it's all right. So yeah, backwards compatibility. With that said, the Xbox Series, um, the Xbox Series does go back further generations wise because from the Series, it goes back to the One, and then it goes back to the 360, and it's also got regular Xbox games on it as well. So generation wise, what's able to be played? Xbox wins this one, hands down. Unfortunately, PlayStation, I don't know what they're doing. I don't look. I don't know the specifics about backwards compatibility. I have a PlayStation Now subscription, so I do get to play some older games. But I've also still got a PS2 as well that we're going to pick up Xenosaga on at some other point. But so generations of systems and being able to play those games, Xbox wins. But again, with the PlayStation 5, you can do PlayStation Now on it, but that's an extra fee each month. Or you can buy a full year for like $60. And it's got PlayStation, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. Or it doesn't have PS5 yet, but it's got some PS4 titles. They did recently announce that they're going to keep the PlayStation Vita and PS3 stores open, but that's not really relevant to the PS5 because as far as my understanding, I don't think you can download any of those titles. I don't know. I haven't seen them on here anyway, so there's no telling. But anyway, change the design after release. Has a company done that? Has a company changed the design after release? I mean, a couple of years later they have, like for a smaller version, but due to necessity of parts to build it, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe at some point. But hard to say. I mean, maybe when gaming was first started and they started building consoles and home computers, there might have been a point in that era. But lately, not that I know of. So PS5 it does have backwards compatibility for PS4. Yeah, when it comes to disc and digital games, yeah. But if you want to go back further, unless they're remastered into one of the previous generations, you gotta go with PlayStation Now, unless you have the original console. You know, kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I love that my PS2 still works. Have you ever played The Sims 2 on PS2? It's amazing. I never did. I never did. No, I didn't. I didn't start getting into the Sims series until well, I got into it on PC. I played The Sims on PC back in the day. I had an old Dell, and I tried it out. I mean, it was pretty fun. But that was back in my hormonal days, and I was just really kind of dealing with certain mods. I'll just leave it at that. That's bad though. Then the fact that they didn't make sure they had the resource. Well, they did. I think part of the problem is I don't know the full story, so don't quote me on this. But the parts that they were using for the PS5 is also the same parts they're using for graphics cards for PC. So I think that's where the shortage came from. I honestly, I don't remember. Hey Dakota, good to see you, dude. Yeah, I really I don't remember. And I could be wrong on that. So if I am, somebody correct me. But but yeah. So overall, in my general opinion, um, I've got to go with PS5. Mainly again just because I've been drawn to it. Now, with that said, there's only so many games you can play on PS5 right now that I can play anyway because I'm flat broke. I just invested in Resident Evil Village. Um, and I'm still paying off the PS5, so I've only got one more payment on it though. Luckily, I was able to finance it, which is awesome. But yeah, it's cool. I really wish Returnal would have worked out better for me though. I really do, because it was a part of the combo package. But meh, it is what it is. I install. Oh, kids play, yeah. Returnal. Returnal's one of those run and gun games that's a roguelike. I mean, it's called roguelike. Basically, I guess what that means is that you run through stages, but there's no save points. If you die and you start over. That's it. I mean, it'll save your it'll save some of the basic progress, but your runs through these levels take like 2 to 3 hours. And for somebody in my state of life that doesn't have that much time, um, without saving, it's pretty brutal and honestly not worth it. I hate to say that. I know the creators were going for that type on the game, but it's just yeah, it takes forever. I mean, look, I would rather invest that kind of time into an RPG or into an action game that I can save and has a story. Because I'm a story-driven player. I love a good story. Unless it's certain titles like Overwatch, but even then I love the lore. Pokemon, even then I love the lore. Um, Obviously World of Warcraft, and of course other RPGs. I love a good narrative, and that's what I was looking forward to with Returnal. But again, the problem is I can't make progress in the lore. It would be a lot quicker for me to learn the narrative and the lore behind it just to watch other playthroughs in my spare time, with people that actually are enjoying the game and want to play through it. So it is what it is. Brutal gameplay. Hey Dion, how you doing, man? I just watched your quickie. Oh yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I had to put that out, but I'm not. That's it's in the past. I'm not gonna talk about it again. But yeah, so this comparison for me is a little skewed because again, I've only got a Series S, but I've also got a PlayStation 5. Um, with that note, I'm sorry guys, hold on. Man. Golly, can barely talk without something popping up. Um, I find games like that too stressful. Yeah, that was part of it for me, for Returnal. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, comparisons a bit skewed because I have PS5 as well as Xbox Series S. So um, overall, they both have their great qualities. But for me, it's PlayStation 5 probably no surprise since I'm a silent fanboy, as it were. And so, yeah, I don't know. That's basically it. I will say what Xbox really has going for it is Game Pass. Game Pass has been phenomenal. I mean, they've introduced cloud gaming via the phone. PlayStation has something similar, but it's mainly just remote play through your console. But Xbox Ultimate Game Pass is fantastic, especially with the introduction of EA Play into it. I mean, they've got a huge library of games. Huge library of games. I'm kind of hoping Sony comes out with something to that regard. I mean, they've kind of got PlayStation Now. I'm sorry, the camera's shaking, y'all. They've kind of got PlayStation Now, but again, PlayStation Now, as much as I love it, it's fairly limited. I mean, because Game Pass has a lot of fan favorites on it. PlayStation Now has fan favorites, but it seems like a third of the titles on PlayStation Now are just games that they already had the licensing to, and they just threw them up there. It's like, in my opinion, it's like Sony or the rights division didn't actually try to fight and get some great games on PlayStation Now. They're probably trying, but it seems like more of a cash grab for Sony, as much as I hate to say that. But Game Pass has a lot of love in it for the gamers that play these games, that love them. And I got to give a big shout out to Microsoft for that, because they've done a great job. It's part of the reason why I decided to invest in a Series S, because it is affordable. It's only it was only $299, which I know to a lot of people is expensive, but I had the money at the time, so I went ahead and just financed it. But again, Game Pass is just great. I mean, the Series S, if you're not, listen, let me say this much. If you're more of a PlayStation fan, but you also want to dive into Xbox, because they do have good titles, they don't have a whole lot of exclusives right now. But invest in a Series S, because the Series X, while it is great, I would say the Series X is more for the hardcore Microsoft fanatics, or for those that can afford it. If you have the money, do it. Don't, get the X, don't get an S. So there's that. It seems like Series S is just more for the casual player. Series X maybe for the more hardcore that really wants to see it, but not really be able to invest in a PlayStation. So, there's that. All right, what did I miss? What did I miss? You guys are lighting it up. Yeah, I really like the Game Pass on Xbox. Xbox Game Pass is a blessing. Agreed. I love Charizard in the background. Oh, thank you, Char. Yeah, he's been with me for a long time. PS5 has been having issues getting games because developers are having issues getting up to quality standards. That's true too, and that's unfortunately a part of when first generation consoles come out, trying to meet those standards, especially one as powerful as the Xbox. It's crazy, man. It's such a beautiful console. I'm really looking forward. I don't know about Biomutant. I really don't. I wish they would have released a demo. A friend of mine. I'll just say, I'm going to be able to try it out. I'll just say that. I'm going to be able to try it out at some point in the next day or two. And then I'll decide if we're going to do it or not. But again, with that said, I'm really looking forward to Ratchet and Clank. I will be getting it. I'm also really looking forward to Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. I'm really looking forward to Horizon, God of War Ragnarok. There's some big titles coming out in the next year that's going to be great. So, hey, Debs. Good to see you. Miss Nikki. But yeah, so, I mean, that's essentially my breakdown. Man, I really need to get a better desk. I can't chill and be casual on this desk without moving the camera. It drives me nuts. That's my, I don't know what it is. It's my OCD, ADHD. I don't know. That's why I'm getting looked at, but it just drives me nuts. I don't know, man. In a lot of ways with streaming and with videos and with the way stuff looks, I'm kind of a perfectionist. It gives me anxiety when things aren't the way they should be, or the way that, I want them to be, I guess, when it comes to stuff like that. So that's why I'm getting analyzed at this point. But anyway, getting back to it. PS5 versus Xbox overall, PS5 for me. But much as Dakota said, they're having issues getting games because of developers. Xbox not so much. Not so much. But also Sony's got these exclusives in-house. That's just fantastic. So, yeah, it's one time. Hey, Chevy, how you doing, dude? Good to see y'all. I appreciate y'all popping in. This is just a bit of a short live vlog, but yeah, I just wanted to make this and give y'all my general opinion on the whole matter. I wish I could speak to more, but like I said, PS5 versus Xbox Series S. It depends on what you're looking at, what you want. If you're looking for game choice from previous generations, better access to them, cloud gaming, that's a step in the right direction for new gen or current gen gaming. It's not next gen anymore. It's current gen. And you know, you don't care which way you go. Go for Xbox. Xbox right now with Game Pass has a lot more selection as compared to PS5. If you're looking for quality of game but you know, beautiful detail, great gameplay, fast load times, so on and so forth, and you can afford it, again, key, if you can afford it or if you can find one as of this stream, go for PS5. If you're ever in the situation and you're walking out an aisle, PS5, Xbox, think about what you want, go from there. If it's about affordability and you're looking for something to chill with a multitude of games, go for the Xbox Series S. That would be my recommendation. The difference between the digital edition of the PS5 and the Xbox Series S is $100. So, you know, depending on the model you want, it just really depends. So, you know, go for what you want. So, you know, that's a bit of a breakdown on the controllers, on the load times, on the games, on the graphics, what I can speak to, what I can't. So that's basically all I got on that part. But for me, it's PS5. But again, only because I was able to get one, and I am a fanboy, and I've been drawn more to it in the last month than I have my Series S. In the future, who knows? But with the titles coming up, pretty sure it's still going to be PS5. So there's that. All right. What did I miss? Zion. I was really surprised because when I first looked at the PS5, I thought it was going to be bad because the Xbox Series X was so big. And I thought the bigger the better, but I was wrong. Noted. Dude, and that's the thing, like, the PS5 is huge. I mean, I wouldn't hook it, but it's so cumbersome. I mean, it's huge, you know. And again, it's not really about the size of the console, but PS5 is a new generation console. Like, they changed a lot of stuff. Normally, with gaming generations of consoles, you're going to see a bigger console because they're kind of adding new hardware into it. Well, that's the same case with the PS5. You know, they've added the SSD, which is a first for both generations on Xbox and PlayStation, because all the other ones operated off HDD, at least a couple generations before that. What's really funny is when you look at the evolution of the consoles, you've gone from consoles like PlayStation, Mario, Nintendo back in the day. They read all the data straight off the cartridge or the disc, right? And it wasn't until, I don't want to say PlayStation 3. I think it was PlayStation. I don't think there was anything before PlayStation 3 that had, well, I think even PlayStation 3 did the same, but they also, the PlayStation 3 utilized the drive, the hard drive, for pre-installing data, if I remember right. I don't know, it's been a bit. But, you know, it's only been in recent generations that you've seen access to hard drives. It loads the data into the hard drive from the disk, and, you know, it made the load times better. But in current generation with the SSD, I mean, load times are fantastic. Of course, back in the day, you didn't really think about that because you didn't know any better. You know, like, for example, Final Fantasy. Really weird transitions because you'd walk out of a scene, it would fade out, and then fade back in. You know, kind of like a story. I mean, it's fantastic. I love it, but it's crazy how the generations change on this stuff. And I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but yeah, man, it's nuts. I'm sure Sony would come out with a PS5 Slim. Oh yeah, more than likely. I mean, you're probably looking at a PS5 Slim, a PS5 Pro, all kinds of stuff. I mean, that's how they do it nowadays. You know, so I don't know. I give it a year or two. Xbox already has its different Xbox versions for the moment. The Series X and the Series S. PlayStation has a PlayStation 5, one model, very heavy. Well, two models, the digital edition and the disc edition. So the digital edition is obviously cheaper because it's pure digital. You can't play any of the disc games on it. That's the major drawback. That's the major drawback because the PS5 disc edition, if you have a previous PS4 library, you're going to have to get that one. Unless you have digital copies of those games, because you're going to have to get the disc edition in order to play those games, because the digital edition doesn't have a disc drive, so it's all over the place, you know. But that's current generation. Things get more complicated. Back in the day, all you did was just put a cartridge in, load up the game. It was fully completed. You didn't have to worry about updates. You didn't have to worry about, you know. And of course, there's something to be said on that, because as an older gamer, back in the day when you bought a game, it was fully tested, total quality assured. You didn't have to worry about any updates. It was a solid game. Sure, it had its bugs, but there's nothing you can do because they've already put it out. So there's that. But obviously, currently in the last 20 years, give or take, you started getting games that were just, you know, oh, hey, well, there's a bug. Go ahead and upload this, or they got to require you be online, so on and so forth, man. It's nuts, but you know what? It is what it is. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this here, but thank y'all for hanging out. Thank you for the input. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of rambly, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. I always enjoy gamer logs. I haven't done one in a while, so I figured I'd do a live one for PS5 versus Xbox. Again, overall in general, PS5 for me, but only because I've been more drawn to it and what I've been playing, so on and so forth. But again, Xbox also has its qualities, which we've covered. So, you know, up to what you want to do, how you want to use it, and price point. I think price point is really important, especially right now coming out-ish of this pandemic. It's getting better, but we're still kind of in a weird phase with it. But anyway, there's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. A big shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for hanging out, for tuning in, for watching. Chevy, I remember having to blow air in the original Nintendo console. Yeah. Exactly. But, you know, the trade-off for load times is graphics. So, you know, and that and access memory. But anyway. All right. So, big shout out to Zion. Big shout out to Chevy, to Char. If you guys get a chance, check her out. Big shout out to Dakota. Hope you're doing well, sir. Who else was here? Watchtower, it's good to see you. And I think I had, Dabs. Dabs was here as well. Good to see Nikki. That's about it. So, and a big shout out to Zion as well. So, you guys have a great day. I'll see you here in a little while. We're gonna, what are we hitting today? I totally forget. We're definitely doing God of War tonight, but we'll probably do something later this afternoon too. I still got to work on the 24/7 channel a bit. We're adding. JT Bethards has been added to the creator roster over on the 24/7 project channel. I'm also adding Palnai today. So I've reached out to a couple more people and I'm just waiting to hear back, you know, see what they want to do. But again, I hope you guys are enjoying that. For now, stay safe, stay sane. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world say otherwise. And I'll see you later. Peace.